Hello everyone, I'm Sandy Franks. You're watching Stockbusters at TaipanFinancialNews.com. It seems commodities are all the rage on Wall Street these days, but you and I both know that not every commodity is a winner. In fact, there's one segment of the commodity market that is tanking as we speak. My guest today is here to explain why investing in lumber-related companies means nothing but losses. Please welcome Andrew Snyder, Senior Editor of Volume Spike Alert Trading Service and contributor to the free daily email, Fear and Greed. Andy, thanks for joining us.
Well, thanks for having me.
You've been watching the lumber industry and you see some dramatic changes happening there, correct?
That's correct. The lumber industry, thanks to the housing market kind of taking a tank on us lately, and even newspapers, the lack of readership in newspapers and everybody moving to the internet has really hurt paper sales. And you combine that with the slowdown in the housing industry, and the lumber companies have nobody to sell their wood to. And it's been a really rough 12 months for them.
But you found a company in particular that is revolutionizing the industry. Can you tell us a little bit about it and what they're doing that's so different than conventional timber companies?
Well, you know, I like companies that are always doing something different, and this company definitely is. When they go out and do their logging operations, they don't disrupt a single animal, deer, bird, endangered owl, or anything. They're going out there and getting lumber that nobody else is touching.
So how are they doing this? How is it possible that they don't cause any environmental problems and that they're getting a lot of lumber that other companies aren't touching?
Well, they're going underwater.
Underwater?
That's correct. When this country was really developing its industrial age, even Canada is doing it as well. They built a lot of dams, and when they built those dams, they built them so fast they flooded a lot of forests. And this company is going out there finding those forests and cutting the trees down that are submerged. It's doing some really neat things. They're doing it fairly cheaply. They're outpricing their competitors while doing it.
So how do they do it? What exactly is the technology that they have?
Well, what they're using is this machine called a sawfish, and it's a submersible. You see it, it's just the same equipment they use to explore the Titanic or any other underwater obstacle. They have a barge with controls on it. They go down, they take the sawfish down there. It's a 54-inch blade on it, and they cut the tree down.
So it's a sawfish, so it's like a submarine that's submersed. I'm trying to understand and visualize what this thing looks like.
That's exactly it. It's a big yellow box with a 54-inch saw blade on the front of it, and they control it from like a Star Trek type room with lots of cameras and equipment. They go down there, this machine goes down, cuts the tree, and attaches balloons to it, and then when the balloons inflate, the log floats to the surface, and they haul it off.
Well, now one has to wonder that if the trees have been submerged in water for long periods of time, that they're probably rotted and they aren't any good. Doesn't this impact what they're doing?
You would think it would, but actually the forests, the underwater forests are so deep and there's no light, there's a lack of oxygen down there. These trees can actually last for thousands of years under the water, and once they pull them up, it just takes a little bit of extra drying time, which they can do artificially in big ovens. They dry them out and sell them just like regular wood.
So are you saying the yield on this lumber is equal to the same kind of yield they would get from going out the conventional way of harvesting the trees?
That's correct. The yield's the same. It's a more efficient process actually, because often the secondary limbs on the tree aren't there. They cut them down, they raise them up, and then go and dry them. They can sell them for prices cheaper than their competitors.
You know, on the surface, Andy, it sounds like this method of harvesting, it sounds very complicated and expensive. Is it really worthwhile to do it? Is it that much cheaper than a conventional method?
It is cheaper. If you think about all the permitting, all the reclamation, standard timber operators have to. This company doesn't have to, make new logging roads up the side of a mountain. It takes a crew of 4 people. They get on their barge, they take the submersible down and cut trees. They can do about 50 trees a day, and they can sell them for about $40 a cubic foot, whereas the competitors are selling it for $50 or more.
Wow, that's a big difference. Do they have clients who are actually using this lumber that they're producing?
They do. They're expecting it to be about a $50 billion market. Right now they're in talks with IKEA, Home Depot. They're trying to come out with their own line of eco-friendly furniture, wood furniture, and it's really taken off.
Wow. So is it considered in the testing phase, or in other words, are there chances that other lumber companies could follow suit and develop similar technology?
Well, there is similar technology out there, but Triton, the company I'm talking about, is the only one that can go below 80 meters, where 80% of the unharvested underwater forests are. So this company can go deeper. It can do it more efficiently.
I see.
They have 10 of the submersible machines that they're working on, just 3 or 4 right now that they're using.
So it's, in a way, it's like its technology is proprietary in that it can go deeper than other people who have a similar type of technology.
That's correct, and that's where that really makes Triton a winning company.
It sounds like such an obscure company. I doubt that this kind of thing has gotten coverage in major media. How in the world did you come across it, Andy?
I came across it. I read a lot. I study a lot of things with the logging industry. I found this company that was doing something neat, and I researched it, and there's a lot of potential behind it.
Well, what is the investment potential here?
Well, unfortunately, Triton is a private company right now, but that doesn't mean it'll stay that way for long. Companies like United Forest Products, Trex, all have unique lines they're coming out with, and an organic line where they could market to the green crowd would really help their business right now when they're in a consolidating period and trying to grow from the share prices they were about a year ago from where they are now. They have a lot of work to do, and this would be a great catalyst to get some of those companies moving.
Now, earlier at the beginning of the show, you mentioned that in general, lumber companies were seeing a depression in the clients that they have because of the downturn in the housing industry and such. So my question is, if someone has lumber companies in their portfolio, are you advising them to sell, hold? What do you do right now?
I think if you're holding a lumber company right now, you've gone through the worst. I'd hold on to it, and it's going to be a period consolidate. They're going to merge.
Consolidate.
Yeah.
So do you think it's possible that this company, because of the fact that it can go deeper than other people who have similar technology, can it revolutionize the entire timber industry, and that we'll see, say, conventional people maybe even buying this company out and then adapting that technology?
Well, I don't think it'll revolutionize the entire industry. This is going to be a really strong niche. This is a $50 billion industry, and there's over 300 million of these logs out there that they can go and get. So it's going to be a great profitable niche for these companies. It's not going to totally take away cutting down the sides of a mountain and sending that to the paper mill, but it's going to be a good niche that it's going to be very profitable for the right companies.
Okay, so to sum it up for viewers, if they do have lumber companies in their portfolio, you're recommending that they hold on to them. We've probably seen the worst of what's going to happen, and this company has potential for other companies, conventional lumber companies, to mirror this technology, possibly buy this company.
That's correct. I would definitely keep an eye on Triton to see who's looking at it and where it's going. If it's going public, it'd be a company definitely worth looking at.
This is interesting stuff, Andy. We'd love it if you could keep us posted on the progress the company is making. Is that something that you would update in your daily email, Fear and Greed?
That's correct. You can check it out at fearandgreed.net.
Okay, thank you, Andy.
Thank you.
As Andy says, if you'd like to stay up to date on the situation, please feel free to sign up for his daily email, Fear and Greed. Thank you for watching Stockbusters. I'll see you again next week, and until then, take care of your portfolio.